and legal spokesperson for former President Trump, Alina Habba. It's good to see you again, Alina. Okay, we've got news coming in today, Alina. What's your reaction to President Biden saying today that it's, quote, irresponsible to say that the New York Trump trial and guilty verdict was rigged? Plus, he said former President Trump had a chance to defend himself. What do you say to that?
It's very convenient from the person that doesn't want the finger pointed at him, because this was exactly what he had asked for and coordinated. I mean, are we really surprised? Let's be honest. He's deflecting. We knew this was happening. We knew he was ready to do a speech the minute a verdict came out. We knew that there was no surprise. We keep getting anti-Trump political individuals in these courtrooms, and that they're brought in blue states. There is no question about this, that the only person that's being irresponsible is the man that has open borders and doesn't care about our country is going to the beach this weekend. Our country is in a state of crisis. So I appreciate it. I'm not surprised by it, but I don't respect it. It's a ridiculous statement to make.
You know, Alina, he's taking a victory lap. He's ignoring questions on this. And, you know, how can Trump's legal team appeal and defend against what they don't know what exact crime Trump was convicted for? The jury still did not indicate what exactly was the core underlying law broken behind the charge of influencing the election. Plus, the jury didn't have to be unanimous on it. I mean, isn't it easier to convict when you strip a defendant of their due process rights?
It's very easy to reverse when you fail to identify what the crime is, when you fail to have them say that you have to select what the intent to cover up, what the scheme was. If you look at what Alvin Bragg said yesterday, I think it's most telling. He had his narrative set, and the truth was it was false. He said that he was guilty of trying to effectively steal an election in 2016, but that's not true. That is not what he was found guilty of by this jury. And frankly, that's what he was hoping the narrative would be, but they couldn't find a crime, so they gave them a slew of options to select from. And then they said, you're guilty of one of these four things. You don't have to decide which all unanimously, but you just have to say that there was some sort of intent to do some sort of crime. We don't know what the crime is, but by the way, that is the grounds for the appeal, along with the jury charges that were flawed, along with the fact that we couldn't get an expert in, along with the fact that we couldn't bring tax information in, even though they charged him with a tax crime. We were excluded and precluded from bringing that evidence in. The things we have on appeal are so voluminous, and I know they've been reported on. We'll be taking action on that right away.
So we had experts on last night saying this is just, you know, a thing, you know, to get the statement out there, Trump's a convicted felon, because they know they're going to get it overturned on appeal. Right. I mean, Harvey Weinstein's conviction was overturned by the New York Appeals Court, but that wasn't until 4 years later. Do you guys plan to go to as high as the Supreme Court?
If we have to, we will. We have no problem with that. As you know, we've taken those matters that we think are incredibly important to validating and preserving the Constitution that our country was made on. There were incredible constitutional violations in this whole proceeding, including the current gag order that's on me, the president, and anybody that works for him. It's crazy. So, look, if we care about America, we have to fight for it, and his legal team is prepared to do so in whatever way we need to do. You
know, show what Ellie Honig said, that this was a contortion and really a twisting of the law here. It was an ill-conceived, unjustified mess, this case. You know, the critics are saying this is a political case. It would not have happened to anyone else in America if their name was not Trump. The danger now is the New York justice system is in the zone of having its integrity destroyed for political purposes. You know, this case is about Biden, way behind in the polls, abusing the legal system. That top DOJ official left his powerful number 3 job in Biden's DOJ to go after Trump in a local case with a pro-Biden judge who donated to causes like Stop Republicans and a DA who literally campaigned on getting Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't have said it better myself. Honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's 100% true. I think it's a sad thing for our country, to be honest, when you see this kind of desperation, when you see an administration who should be focused on running the country. Instead, their focus is completely and totally on trying to take down President Trump, because he has no loyalty to anybody but America. He can't be bought. Everybody knows that. He put America first. Everybody knows that. And we've got a president that today smirked in front of the camera camera. I mean, that says it all. The smirk to me is louder than his words. It's louder than anything else. It's not louder than the White House logs that show that state constituent DAs and AGs are visiting the White House. All of this put together says one thing: we are in trouble and we need to act now. That is November. President Trump said it. November 5th will be the real verdict, and I stand beside that.
Alina, you know, what about this? Trump lawyer Todd Blanche told Jesse Waters that prosecutors from DA Bragg's office were meeting with witnesses and talking about reviving this case starting way back in 2018. You know, the DOJ and FEC had dropped it. And boom, when Trump announced he was running for re-election in 2022, then DA Bragg launches it. What do you think?
I think it's obvious. First of all, it wasn't just DA Bragg. It was Cy Vance first. He said no. Cy Vance says no. DA Bragg says no. Mark Pomerantz, who they had come to handle this case, who is a friend of the Clintons and everybody else, comes in, is angry that they didn't bring the charges, leaves, writes a book about it, and they still don't bring it. When did they bring the charges? The minute President Trump said he was running for office, that's when they indicted him. This was past the statute of limitations. It is 8 years old. All rules don't apply when you're Trump. For crying out loud, Hochul made a rule. She made a law, the Adult Survivors Act, just to go after Trump. We're seeing rules broken. We're seeing laws made to attack him. It is a complete affront to our judicial system.
Yeah, it's not blind anymore, which is Lady Justice isn't blind, which is terrible. Alina Habba, thank you so much. Come back soon. It's good to see you.